Hello all and welcome to Astro Wheel of Fortune. My name is Vada and I read tarot. So for this reading, I wanted to do a reading on how does a specific person remember you. So this can be romantic or platonic energy. It doesn't have to be like a romantic partner or necessarily like exclusively a friend. I'm going to be trying to tap into the more personality traits that they remember and how you made them feel. If I do sense a romantic connection or a more platonic connection, I will say it, but I'm aiming for this to be like a general reading in terms of neither exclusively romantic or exclusively platonic. So we have 5 piles in front of us. We've got pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4, and pile 5. Now, if you want to pause the video and to meditate over the cards for a little bit longer, you can do so, but I'm going to get started with pile number 1. Pile number 1, I also forgot to mention in the intro, I'm actually going to be live shuffling the tarot, but I have one tarot card with the oracle cards to look at. So how does your person that you are thinking about remember you? We've got air, rabbit spirit, child eternal, and we've also got the Queen of Cups. It's interesting because I see that this person remembers you as quite intellectual in nature. They remember you as someone who had a lot of ideas, a lot on their mind, probably very creative. Extremely creative. I'm getting you almost had this childlike creativity and imagination. This person remembers you as someone very, very imaginative. This person remembers you always having like these interesting ideas that almost seem to come out of nowhere. They seem to come out of nowhere. They seemed to materialize. Like, I feel like they remember you as quite innocent. That is something that's coming through here for sure. With the Queen of Cups and Child Eternal and the Rabbit, I would say this person remembers you as very, very innocent, maybe possibly even a little bit naive. This person remembers you as someone who had a lot to give to people on an emotional level, but I think they also remember you as a little bit of an overthinker, like maybe you used to worry about a lot as well, or that's the way that they remember you. There's something very compelling about you from a point of view that you have this childlike innocence. I'm hearing like you never tried to. It's almost like this person remembers you in a way that they remember you as very intelligent, very smart, very connected, and not needing to prove it to anyone. They remember you as someone who maybe came off as a little bit childlike or naive or innocent, but I feel like this person is also aware that in reality you were actually quite mature in your own way. Like, I'm getting a lot of Pisces energy here for sure, and I always think that Pisces or Pisces placements, the way that they are seen is in a very childlike way. I feel like Pisces a lot of the time could be seen as very naive or innocent, childlike, but in reality there's a lot of wisdom that Pisces hold, and I feel like Pisces, out of all zodiac signs, never feel like they need to prove their smarts or their intelligence to other people. And I feel like you have this kind of quality to you where you were intelligent, you knew a lot, you had a lot of information that you possessed, and a lot of knowledge that you possessed. You actually were extremely intelligent, or you are extremely intelligent, but the way that this person remembers you is someone compassionate, empathetic, very intelligent, but never needing to prove your intelligence or your smarts to anyone. You never needed to be the smartest person in the room. You never needed to be the one that was always right, for example. I feel like the way that this person remembers you is like you were happy being wrong. You don't have this kind of pride attached to your intellect. Like, you are intellectual without needing to prove your intellect to anyone, without needing to prove that you are right and someone else is wrong. That's the way that this person remembers you. I feel like this person also remembers you in a way that maybe a lot of people thought that they could take advantage of you and were very surprised when you could see right through them. I'm getting a real quality of like people tend to underestimate you in some sort of way or see you as someone who's an easy target. And then when they try to take advantage of you or try to come for you, you're very quick to call them on their bullshit. And I feel like you do it in such a nice manner. You almost do it in a effortless kind of compassionate way rather than a combative kind of way. You're doing it in a more, you'd kind of pull a person aside into a corner and just say, hey, I saw what you were trying to do there. I'm not okay with you doing it, rather than calling them out in front of everyone. At least that's the way that this person, remember, this is this person's perspective. At least that's the way that this person remembers you. But it's almost like, I feel like maybe this person even had a first impression that they could, like, if this is someone that hurt you, this person's really thinking like, damn, I really thought I could have, like, maybe not necessarily in those specific words, but it's kind of like it's crossed their mind like, wow, I really thought I could take advantage of this person, but in reality they came back and they kind of like, they made me feel a little bit like a fool. I feel like this person potentially thought that you were a little bit irresponsible. That is another thing. I feel like this person feels or remembers you as someone who lived in their imagination, like in your own imagination a lot. You lived in your own inner world a lot. And I feel like this person has this opinion of you that you are not someone who, because you're living in your imagination in your own head from this person's perspective. This person feels like maybe you are not really grounded in reality. That's, at least that's how they remember. That's their perception. That's their perspective. Again, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just trying to kind of like come up with the energies that I'm picking up on here. But I feel like this person definitely saw you almost like as a little bit of an overthinker about things, but at the same time, when it came to material world, you seemingly kind of didn't want to engage. Maybe you are not someone who wants to engage. Again, very Piscean kind of energy. I feel like I'm a Pisces myself, and like I hate kind of earthly realm responsibility, so that could be something that you relate to. But you know, we all have our downfalls and things like that, but I just feel like this is this person's perspective. If you don't see yourself like that, and not necessarily saying that you are like that, it's just the way that this person perceives you. Let's pull some more tarot cards to get more information on how this person remembers you. How does pile one's person remember them? How does pile one's person? Wow, we've got this Queen of Cups. This person really remembers you. Like overall, they remember you as very compassionate and very imaginative. I feel like for the most part, or for most of you who picked pile one, this person actually remembers you. And we've got this High Priestess here as well. Remembers you as someone. Again, Pisces energy with High Priestess, but this person remembers you in a more positive light than negative light. I feel like for most of you, if you find it hard to believe that this person actually remembers you in a positive light, it's almost like maybe it could surprise you that this person has really changed their mind on you, like in terms of positivity. Maybe this person's past opinion of you was like, oh, this person can't take care of themselves, this person can't do anything for themselves, they're so helpless. And maybe since, you know, because I feel if you're asking how does this person remember you, it could be a no contact situation or a very limited contact situation. I feel like this person has seen you kind of go from this Queen of Cups into this High Priestess almost. It's like when this person knew you, this person saw you as a Queen of Cups. They saw you as really compassionate, really caring, imaginative, but you didn't have this higher knowledge that maybe you have now, or at least maybe now this person's finally recognizing that you have this higher knowledge with the High Priestess. This person's actually really recognizing how smart and how savvy you actually are. I feel like this person underestimated you. This person kind of wrote you off as a bit of a child, as a bit of an innocent energy, someone naive. It's almost like you were always this Queen of Cups and you're growing into this High Priestess, but this person maybe saw you as a Page of Cups. I feel like this person also remembers you as someone who is very no drama, because the Five of Wands kind of talks to me about either ending drama or no drama, ending conflict. I feel like this person does remember you in a positive light. They remember you as someone who doesn't like to get involved in drama, somebody who doesn't want to get involved in gossip, in competition. They remember you as someone who, honestly, this person does remember you as a very wise person, but they maybe used to focus more on your wisdom that comes from a, because I find that children are actually very wise. A lot of the time, like really little children can say some really profound things. It's just that we dismiss them, or we laugh at things that kids say. I feel like this person saw you in this childlike wisdom, whereas you encompass a multifaceted range of wisdom. This person's really, not only are they remembering you as compassionate and caring and really emotionally stable, but they're also realizing that outside of this compassion and loving energy and this nurturing energy that you showcased, you were also actually a really wise and really intelligent person. And they're realizing that they didn't see it maybe when they knew you or when they had more contact with you. Let's see what else. Is there anything else? The way that this person remembers, pile 1. Okay, we've got the Emperor card in reverse. This person might remember you as somebody who either has issues with their father or had, like, you know, has daddy issues, classic. That could be something potentially that is coming through. Maybe this person felt like you had some father wounds or wounds stemming from your relationship with your father. You know, it could be a spectrum because, you know, a lot of people are going to watch this video, so I don't want to say anything too specific to box you off, but it could be, you know, that your father was actually really abusive, or this could even be potentially just that your father had a lot of expectations on you that created certain wounds for you as a child. And we've got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, I think this person mainly remembers you as somebody who was maybe not as engaged in the earthly realms. Maybe you don't have a lot of earth in your chart, or I just feel like this person, the way that they judged you and the way that they remember you is somebody who's more connected to their emotion, to the psychic realm, somebody who's more connected to their intellect even, but they don't apply that intellect, that psychic ability into the earthly realm. Now, that doesn't have to be necessarily true, as I said. It doesn't have to be necessarily the case. But I feel like that's just the way that this person remembers you. Now, the one thing that is also coming through here is that if you are a parent, this person felt or remembers you as someone who was a really good parent and who was really good to their kids, someone who would be very nurturing with these two queens of cups. And then when I think of rabbits, I think of like babies, and maybe you're somebody who had a real connection to your children, and this person remembers this. For some of you, maybe this is you know, a person that you actually have children with. That could be something that's coming through as well. Maybe that's why we've got all this childlike energy, because I feel like if you are someone who's a parent, this person remembers you as someone who was so good with their children because they're kind of always a child at heart themselves. But I feel like this person's recognizing also that they never gave you credit for your knowledge and your actual like intellect and how you, I feel like this person really recognizes now that you always saw through bullshit. You always had this, you're a bit of a human lie detector, but because you're so empathetic and so nurturing, you don't really show it off. And I think this person's realizing that you, maybe even when you knew them or when you were around them more, you always saw through their bullshit, despite them maybe thinking at the time that they were being slick with you. So that's another thing that's coming through. It's like this person's realizing, oh, maybe I wasn't so slick with what I was saying. They just didn't let me know that they could see all the way through me. Because when I think of the high priestess to me is like somebody who can see past any pretenses. Because the high priestess thrives in secrecy, like she thrives in secrecy herself. So because of this understanding of secrecy and her understanding of illusions and things that are hidden, she can really see through anyone who's trying to hide anything or trying to have ulterior motives. And so I feel this person remembers you as someone who maybe they thought of as naive, nurturing, caring, childlike, innocent, that kind of someone who's not very good in the earthly realms, but now they're realizing like, yeah, okay, maybe they weren't the best in the earthly realms, but just because they weren't the best at, like, let's say account management, or their finance management, or they kind of remember you as maybe someone who didn't thrive in themes like finances or work specifically. Not that you didn't thrive in your career, but maybe you didn't like the idea of organizing your house or organizing your finances. But just because that is an element of your personality or your being, it does not mean that you are not intelligent and that you cannot see beyond emotion, and that, like, you are intelligent. Just because you're not in the earthly realm as naturally as maybe this person was, does not mean that you are not intelligent. I think this person's realizing that. And I feel like this person feels a little bit exposed when they think about you, because they are realizing that anything that they try, like whenever they try to be slick with you or try to be secretive with you, you saw right through their bullshit. And it was like, they're almost feeling a little bit spooked by it, because they're almost having this intuitive download, like, oh, this person actually knew a lot more about what was going on. They weren't as easy to fool as maybe I thought they'd be, like, as much as I thought I'd be able to fool them. So that's really interesting. But I genuinely do think, even though this person, I feel, has had a bit of up and down feeling about you, I feel like overall this person does remember you in a positive way. They remember you as empathetic. They remember you as no drama. They remember you as extremely intuitive and psychic. And especially with this high priestess, I feel like they did recognize your psychic abilities, even if they're not somebody who's into spirituality or, intuitive training. I feel like they really really recognized how intuitive you were, and they're recognizing the intelligence that they did not recognize in the past. So that's the reading that I got for you, pile 1. Very interesting. I really enjoyed doing this one. Let me know if it resonated, if it didn't resonate. I'd love to hear your feedback on this, and I'm going to move on. Now, we're going to move on to pile number 2. Pile number 2, let's see, how does your person remember you? So, we've got boundaries, turtle spirit, liberator, seeker, and we've got you represented by the Sun card in tarot. So I'll be pulling more tarot in a little while. I'm going to be live shuffling more tarot, but I wanted to look at these cards first. So I think this is someone you set a boundary with. Now, whether this person is still in your life, I know you're asking how do they remember you, so it's most likely that they're not in your life currently. But I feel like whoever this person is, the way that they remember you is as someone who set very strong boundaries with them. Or maybe somebody who had very strong boundaries in general. This person remembers you as someone who is very serious about protecting their own energy, who's very serious about, because I'm thinking with the turtle spirit, turtles, the way they go back into their shell as well. I think this person saw you as someone who, if your boundaries were threatened, you shut down. That's the way that this person remembers you. They remember you as someone who, if your boundaries were threatened, if somebody tried to impose on you, you were like, goodbye. I no conversation, nothing, no, maybe even a lack of empathy towards people that, and again, I'm not saying, I really am a big advocate for, standing strong with your boundaries. So there's nothing bad about shutting down when somebody imposes on your boundaries. But this person really, it's funny because pile 1 was a bit of a bullshit detector, and I'm kind of seeing a theme continuing on here with pile number 2. I think that your person remembers you as a bit of a bullshit detector. But more in a little bit of a different way than pile one. If you were attracted to pile one, I would advise that you go and listen to that as well. If you weren't attracted, don't mind that. But I feel like this person remembers you as somebody who was very honest with people and expected the same honesty back. This person remembers you as somebody who was very open-minded with people, somebody who gave people space, somebody who didn't impose on, for example, this person believes that you never imposed on their boundary, and so you expected the same back. It's kind of like, I don't want to call you tit for tat because that's not exactly what I'm getting here. It's more so you treat people the way that you want to be treated, and that's the way that your person remembers you. You also will treat a person the same way that they treat you. So I feel like this person remembers you as someone that if somebody wronged you or somebody was rude to you, you would not hesitate to bring that rudeness kind of into the forefront towards them either. So you're more of you're definitely they remember you as a strong character, somebody who definitely knew their worth and knew their value, and maybe they also remember you as somebody who potentially got hurt a lot in the past prior to even meeting them. Maybe you had a lot of conversations with this person about how you got hurt and why you have such strong boundaries. I feel like this person does have an understanding why you keep such strong boundaries. Like, even if you had a falling out with this person, there is an understanding from their side that you are someone who this person does understand that where you're coming from, even if you had a misunderstanding with this person, if that makes sense. Now, another thing, I do get a lot of Sagittarius energy here. We've also got Leo here, but Sagittarius is really coming through for some reason for me. I don't know why, but I'm just picking up on a lot of Sagittarius energy with this pile because I'm thinking about the Seeker card. This is all about seeking wisdom and truth, and I feel like Sagittarians are the ultimate seekers of truth and wisdom. Like, it's kind of like the perfect way to describe Sagittarians. I also feel like this person did feel like you were someone, even though you never imposed on other people's boundaries, I think you did like to voice your opinion. And I'm also getting like this person often remembers you as someone who almost wanted other people to hold the same opinion as you. Now, again, I'm not, as I said in pile number one, this doesn't necessarily mean that you are like this. This is the way that this person remembers you. Now, be honest with yourself, of course. I'm not saying like, oh, don't take any criticism, but if you feel like you're recognizing something like a shadow aspect in yourself here, then do kind of take that on board. It's always up to you. I'm not gonna make you take something on board that you don't want to take on board, but I am seeing this kind of energy of like, you never imposed boundaries, but you were somebody who was maybe known for, or the way that this person remembers you is someone who wanted your opinion not only to be heard, but also you wanted people to be converted to your way of thinking or your opinion. You are very strong personality. That's what I'm getting here with this, especially with the Sun card. With the Sun card, I feel like this person remembers you as a personality. Like you, obviously everyone has a personality, but some people, maybe hide parts of their personalities. Some people try to maybe only disclose the full extent of their personality when they're with people that they're comfortable with. I don't think that's the way that this person remembers you. This person remembers you as someone who came into a room and was like, here I am. These are my boundaries. This is what I expect. These are my opinions. And, if you don't like it, you're going to have to deal with it. So definitely this person remembers you as a hard-headed person in a way as well. So a little bit of stubbornness, but all roads seem to point me to Sagittarius for some reason. So maybe you have some strong Sagittarian placements, but we've also got the Leo energy here, and I do think like Leos can be very headstrong as well. So or maybe just fire signs in general. Maybe you're a fire sign. Let's look into your tarot a bit further to see how does this person remember you. But I do feel like this person almost remembers you as a little bit intimidating, but I also feel with the Sun card, this person ultimately has kind of like warm memories of you. I feel like this person has very positive memories of you with the Sun card. You probably had a lot of fun with this person. You made this person laugh quite a lot. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. Very nice. Okay, we've got the Ace of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Wow, I wonder if you not only did you set a very strong boundary with this person, but I wonder, did you cut this person off? Did this person impose on your boundaries and did you cut them off? Because for some reason there's something like that. You just shut the door on this person. Like I'm getting with the Five of Pentacles in reverse, it's almost like you shut the door on this person. This person I don't think this person necessarily completely feels left out in the cold by you, but maybe a certain boundary that you set with this person made them feel like, I actually kind of, they were surprised by a boundary that you set, even though that maybe they always saw you setting boundaries with other people and they never thought that you would actually set a boundary with them. Maybe you were like really close friends or you were actually in a relationship and maybe this person always saw you kind of like as this hard-headed person with other people, but they never really thought that you would do this with them and they're really shocked. I'm kind of getting that this person doesn't really know what to think of you and how to remember you, to be honest. This person kind of goes between remembering you as this like big, huge personality, very positive personality, and someone who they had a lot of fun with, someone who was very funny, very engaging. But they kind of also roll into remembering you as someone who this person potentially feels like the boundary you set with them was a bit too harsh, or something you said to them was a bit too harsh. Maybe you had a falling out with this person and this person really feels like, oh, I don't really know where that came from. And again, I'm not saying this is exactly how it was. It's just the way that this person's remembering. This person feels like maybe all of a sudden you just shut off from them. Maybe 1 second you were this sunny energy with the Sun card. You were someone who was laughing, you were having fun together, you were lighthearted, and the next you set this boom, very strong boundary. And if you're still in contact with this person, maybe you set a boundary and maybe like the dynamic of your relationship changed a little bit. That's something that's coming through as well. But I also see that this person really remembers you as someone who is always there with a piece of advice. Ace of Pentacles, for some reason, a lot of the time, I do see it as a bit of advice, or at least a helping hand a lot of the time, because I always see this pentacle coming in as like, here's some money to like help you out of a difficult situation. And with the Liberator card, it says here, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. So I feel like maybe this person remembers you as someone who always helped them come out of negative thought patterns. I feel like maybe this person is a little bit more of a negative thinker. And you were always like this, like a light of positivity. Like you were always able to offer a different perspective or a different way of viewing. I just keep the thing that I keep seeing here is circles. It's circles everywhere. We've got the circle here. I keep like thinking about the circles on these cards, the circle on the turtle, the circle on this pentacle here. I don't know why the circles are so important here. Maybe that resonates with somebody, but just like circles, and they keep kind of like in my mind, like when I'm looking at these cards, the circles are all spinning. So maybe this person feels like they almost came full circle with you. Maybe this person realizes that, you know, maybe the way this person remembers you in your relationship, your connection, as overall they remember you as positive. Because I have to say the Sun card is very positive and the Ace of Pentacles is very positive. But at the same time, I feel like this person feels like they came full circle with you. So it's kind of like they don't expect for this relationship to continue. So if you were hoping to like start up a relationship with this person again, or you were wondering if this person's going to contact you again, I don't think so. I feel like this person kind of sees your relationship, it is what it is what I'm hearing. So it's like this person sees this relationship as like, it is what it is. We had a nice time, at one point in my life I felt like really close to this person. This person made me laugh, this person made me feel very positive, this person offered really good advice, this person gave me a really good perspective on my life, but I feel like this has come to a close. And I feel like something about this pile is like this person does have certain regrets, but then they also feel like I feel like you're a very powerful person, pile number 2. I have to say, like, I'm really getting a lot of powerful energy from you. And in a way, not that this person feels like you are not compatible with them, but this person feels like your energy might be a bit too intense wouldn't even be the right word, but maybe they can't handle somebody with such strong boundaries. Maybe they literally can't handle someone who, I feel like you will never give up your own potential, your own plans for another person. So, for example, if this was like a relationship, like a romantic relationship, you maybe decided that you weren't going to give up certain plans that you had for yourself. You weren't going to sacrifice anything that you had planned for yourself for the relationship, For example, I feel like for some of you, this could have been even that this person wanted to like marry you or wanted to propose to you if this is a romantic situation. And you were like, no, I still have a lot of things that I want to kind of get done for myself. I don't want to focus on marriage, and they shut you down, It's for some of you, I don't think this is for all of you, but I think for some of you, the person that you're inquiring about, whether platonic or romantic, thinks of you as a karmic partner. They see you as somebody who is really important for a lot of answers for them, and they feel like you taught them a lot, and they see you as someone who gave them a new perspective on life, but they also see that there's no future with you, and your chapter's kind of closed. And I'm really sorry if that's not what you wanted to hear. That's just, and for some reason, I feel like this pile, you probably don't care that they don't, because maybe this pile is more like you're curious to see how this person remembers you. I don't think you actually care how this person, whether this person is going to come back or not, or whether you're going to continue anything together. I think you're, excuse me. I think you're strong enough and independent enough to just move on by yourself. Like, I don't think you necessarily need this person. I'm just going to take a sip of water. But yeah, I feel like overall, if I was to sum this up, the way that this person remembers you is as someone who is very headstrong, very strong boundaries. Overall, they actually remember you as someone who is a bit of an optimist and very positive person. But they also remember you as someone, it's almost like if you needed to be harsh, you were going to be harsh. You're not someone who sugarcoats for people. And if you felt the need to kind of like bring the hammer of justice down, or like maybe you have an inflated sense of justice, especially with the Justice card and the Liberator card. I feel like this person, the way that they remember you is someone who maybe, I don't know why I'm being reminded of like almost Batman. And it's like, oh my God, they're obsessed with justice, and they're obsessed with things being done the right way, and they won't give a leeway for things to not be done in a just way. Maybe you have a bit of Libra in your chart as well, especially with the Queen of Swords here. But I feel like your person that you're inquiring about, they just don't see themselves being in your life, or the way that they remember you is like, I had a good time with this person and I remember them in an overall positive way, but I wouldn't be able to come back and have a connection, friendship, relationship with this person because they're a bit intense for me. So again, not to say that this is exactly the way that you are, this is just the way that your person remembers you. So that's the reading that I got for you, pile number 2. Really interesting. Keep being you. This is really powerful energy, and I really like your energy, pile number 2. Never change for anyone. If you like this and this resonated, do like, subscribe, and comment. Definitely leave some feedback for this pile, because I'm really curious to see if it resonated, and I'm going to move on to pile number 3. So pile number 3, let's see what is going on. How does your person remember you? Now, this person must think about you a lot because the cards were flying out in bulk for you. So whoever you're thinking of, this is definitely someone who thinks about you. Oh, this person is thinking about you a lot. We've got rocky road. We've got shadow work. We've also got bat spirit. Oh my goodness. We've also got the ant spirit. What did you do to this person? Wow. Pile number 3. We've got servant. Let me make sure all the cards, yeah, they're fitting fine. So we've got Samaritan, and then I also have a tarot card. Now, I'll be pulling some extra tarot cards, but I feel like we've got plenty of information here because the cards were just going crazy. The fact that we've got servant and Samaritan coming out. Okay, I kind of feel like I need to start from this. How do I start? I think I'm going to start here because the ant, there's almost like 2 energies to you when this person remembers you, when this person thinks of you. First of all, we have this kind of servitude and helpfulness that I'm getting here with you with the ant spirit, the servant, and the Samaritan. This is so intensely like this person remembers you as someone who was always there to help. Someone who helped them you could have really got this person out of a pickle. You could have really gotten this person out of a lot of shitty situations. You could have really put effort into getting this person out of trouble. You could have been someone who just always was there to help. And they definitely recognize it and they definitely remember you that way. I think this person always thinks about how selfless you were and how you always and this is not just particularly to do with them. I think they also just think about how you were always there for people in general. Anyone in your life, whenever they needed you, you were there. You were there like a lightning, and I feel like this person really does recognize that in you. Now, one thing that I will say with this energy, with the rocky road and shadow work and the bat spirit, because bat spirit is kind of like makes me think of nighttime and what happens in the shadows and vampire energy. Now, again, I'm not trying to say that this is the way that you are. As I said in other piles, this is not necessarily your actual personality, but I want to be honest about how this person remembers you. This person does remember you as having some shadowy attributes. This person definitely remembers you. This person not only remembers the positive, but they also remember the negative very intensely now. They remember some shadowy times that you shared together. I feel like there are specifically the darker times that they remember with you that really have put them into a space, like a headspace where they're starting to think about their own shadow work as well, which is a positive thing. I think you've really thrown this person into shadow work and into changing themselves and putting effort into turning into a really a person who works from how would I say it? Like, I feel like not necessarily that you are a bad person, but I feel the way that this person remembers you, they don't necessarily remember you as a bad person because we've got all this helpful energy. And then the 3 of Wands to me is mostly a positive card. I feel like for a lot of you, this is like a relationship or a connection that had years and years span, kind of. This could have been a big relationship or a big friendship. And this person feels like they progressed and they kind of really, you grew together and simultaneously, and there was a lot of parallel energy. In some instances, this person kind of sees you as a mirror to themselves. I'm definitely getting that because I'm almost getting mirror energy here and the mirror energy here with the ants. And then shadow work makes me think of like when something mirrors our attitude or our way of being, it makes us uncomfortable. But that's probably the key word that I would pick for this. Your person remembers you as bringing them great discomfort in a lot of instances. They remember you as being complicated, very complex. This person really sees you, and the way that they remember you is in a very complex manner. And again, I feel like that's why this person can't really they can't really say, oh yeah, they were a really good person, or they can't say, oh, they definitely were a bad person. There's a mix of feelings. It kind of feels like a swirl of negative and positive on how they see you. This person definitely thinks that you had a bit of a rocky road together, whatever it was, whether it was a romantic relationship or a friendship. This person remembers the good and the bad and the rocky. It's like the heights and the lows, the heights and the lows. But this person really does think that they were able to grow with you, and it's kind of like that they're almost thankful to you for their own growth. They're thankful that they got to grow with you, but at the same time, I'm almost getting like, I'm grateful for the growth that I've had and the lessons that came with this relationship, but I don't want to do it again. I wouldn't want to do it again. This person feels like you changed them to their very core. The way that they remember you is definitely as someone who the discomfort keeps coming up. So you never let this person be complacent. I think this person feels like you always push them to be better, but at the same time, they feel like you also had to be better. So again, I feel it's very parallel. So for most of you in this pile, I think you are probably even going to recognize that neither of you were a saint, and neither of you were like the devil in this relationship. Both of you had the negative and both of you had the positive, and maybe at different times. Maybe when you were doing better, this person was doing some shitty things, and then when they were doing better, maybe you were doing shitty things. But I feel like this person definitely sees the good and the bad. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Basically, that's the way that I would describe this. If I had to like put a title to this pile, the way that they remember you, it's like the good, the bad, and the ugly. They remember it all. They don't try to simplify the way that they remember you. So even if they remember the bad times, they're also very aware of how they were involved in the bad times. Like, I don't think this person avoids accountability, at least in their own mind. Even if they're saying something different to other people, or when they're talking to friends, or I don't think this person does talk about you a lot. I feel like mostly this is going on in their head. We'll see if they talk to people about you, but this feels largely going on in their head. But I feel like your relationship with this person has kind of thrown them into shadow work and trying to be better. This person will definitely consider and reconsider their if you were in a relationship, let's say you were in a relationship with this person, the next relationship that this person is going to go into, they're definitely going to take away the lesson. They're not going to repeat the mistakes that they've made with you. And I kind of feel you saying almost like, oh, what's that? Like, how is that good to me? Because like when we were together, this person was making those mistakes. So sorry, I almost cursed. But like, what the hell is it good to me? Like, I don't care if they're going to be good for somebody else, but I feel like your spirit guides want you to know that you did teach this person a lot. And even if this person doesn't want to necessarily admit it to you yet, or admit it to other people, they definitely admit it to themselves, and that's the first step. I feel like this person does admit to themselves the wrongs. Yeah, I think this person does remember you as someone who was very fierce. There was a fierceness to you, even with this kind of servant Samaritan energy. Like, you were happy to help people, but you were also not going to let people take advantage of your help, of your kind of like the Samaritan, your helpful nature. For some of you, maybe you lived with this person, and this person remembers living with you. They remember every kind of, I feel again, the uncomfortable energy does seem to be like living with you could have been a little bit uncomfortable. Or maybe if you spent a lot of time in each other's homes, if you didn't necessarily live with each other, spending time with you was a joy and a difficulty. Like, there's this kind of like, again, as I said, very gray area with this pile. I feel like this person cannot really pinpoint the times that were completely bad or completely good. It was always, everything was woven in. With the world card, I do feel like this person is they feel like whatever happened between you has come full circle. Again, really funny because pile number 2, actually, there was this energy of full circle as well. I think this person has made their mind up on moving on from you. Even if you do end up being in contact again, I think this person's happy to move on. Let me pull another card. I'm thinking of, yeah, wow, we've got the 6 of Pentacles. This person does, like, one thing that I will say, this person has not forgotten the way that you have been there for them. This person will never forget, and like in a good way, how you have been there for them. This person will never forget how you had like that helping hand, you had that I feel like in a lot of ways you were there, even with the help. It didn't have to be necessarily financial help, although of course it is highlighted here with the 6 of Pentacles. For some of you, you could have literally given this person money. But the one thing that I am picking up on here is this person's never going to forget how you in terms of like getting them out of a pickle or getting them out of tough situations. You could have gotten them out of tough situations by talking them out of tough situations, or giving them really good advice, or giving them some sort of perspective. Again, I feel like this person really will forever remember you as somebody who made them think about their own shitty behavior. So for example, if this is someone who had like addiction problems, or if this is someone that maybe had some negative behaviors that were toxic, you definitely made this person consider and understand that they do have toxic behaviors that need to change. I don't, even if this person hasn't said this to you, I definitely think that the way that they remember you is as someone who gave them a bit of a wake-up call. You were a bit of a wake-up. I would feel like maybe you remember the way that you would remember this person is also similar. Now, even though I feel like this person's happy to not revisit this relationship, I would not rule out that you may come cross paths again with this person. Even if this person has made up their mind to, close off the relationship, and you've made your mind up to close off the relationship, there's something that's a little bit open-ended. It's almost like you separately have decided that you're maybe done with each other, or that you're going to minimize contact with each other. But something about this pile is really coming off as there's an open-ended energy there. Potentially the road could bring you back to each other. Potentially you could find yourselves being in each other's company again, or bumping into each other again. I wouldn't necessarily say that this is not gonna, that there's like, it kind of just feels like there's more to this, if that makes sense, in the future. Now, if this is a toxic, abusive person, I obviously, I'm asking you to be as realistic as possible. I'm just trying to read for as many people as possible. But if this is an abusive situation, and you know that this was an abusive situation, of course, please don't let this person back in. But if you know that this person is not an abuser, and this person is not, maybe there was just a rocky relationship involved, but this is not an abusive situation. I feel like, if this person does come back, I feel like if this person comes back, maybe it's not the best thing to reconnect with this person. But if there is, this kind of feeling of like you bumped into each other and neither of you genuinely thought that you would see each other again, there's something there that's almost like, okay, there could be something here. I think it's almost like in a year's time or 2 years' time, you and this person could have a lot to discuss. Even if you didn't enter back into the friendship or relationship, you and this person, if you wanted to meet up in the future, you could have a really good discussion about your relationship, because I feel like both of you are going to be a lot more mature. With the Strength card and the World card coming up here, I feel like it's almost like, right person, wrong time. And I don't always like to say that, because I feel like everything, the timing of the universe is always pretty perfect. But I feel like in this instance, there's almost you were maybe not in that much, and I'm not saying that you're immature, this person's immature, but the maturity state or the level of maturity wasn't enough to deal with each other when you did know each other or when you were dealing with each other. It's a very nuanced situation. And again, as I said, many people are watching this reading. So for some people, this could have been literally an abusive relationship. So of course, be careful with that. But if this was more so a difficult relationship, but not abusive, I do think this person has regrets when it comes to you and how they treated you. I think this person even remembers, the way that they remember you is they remember you as someone who had to see them in a really bad light, in a quite a toxic light, and they regret that. They wish that you never got to see that kind of like toxic side of them. There is regret. I'm really feeling a really strong sense of regret. And I feel like maybe in some instances, this person also feels like they regret not being as thankful for your help and your kindness. They feel like they should have been more thankful, more grateful for everything that you did for them as well. Because they do think, I do feel in a way this person remembers you as someone who had a lot of patience with them. But they also kind of feel like they had a lot of patience with you. But for the most part, there's a little bit of shame that I'm feeling, or regret, with how they showed up and the toxic energy in which they showed up towards you. So yeah, if you're wondering if this person remembers you as someone who got hurt by them, they definitely do. And they recognize that, and they recognize that they've had like input into the negative situation. And I do think this person regrets it. Now, if this was an abusive situation, again, I just feel compelled to say it. Even if this person regrets how they treated you, if it was abuse, that's a lot more serious. And I don't think this person has changed if this is an abusive situation. But if this was just a negative relationship, or a relationship that was rocky, with this rocky road energy, I feel like this person will actively try to change. I don't necessarily think they have completely changed yet, but I feel like this person will put their energy and their mind to changing and to maturing. This person really wants to, I almost get this energy that this person wants to show you how much mature they are now. If this was a long time ago, or at least like a year ago, I feel like this person really wants you to see how much more mature they are than when you knew them better, when you were more in contact with them. This person really wants to show you how much they've grown and who they've turned into, and how much progress that they have made. So that's the reading that I got for you, pile number 3. Really interesting. I do think one thing that I will say about this, I do think this person thinks about you a lot. It's not even about, what they think about you. They think about everything that happened between the two of you. So that's the reading that I got for you. I hope you liked it. If you liked it and it resonated, do like, subscribe, and comment. And I'm going to move on to pile number 4. So pile number 4, let's see, how does your person remember you? We've got spring, a period of renewal and bloom. We've got moth spirit, surrender now. And we've got all these butterflies here as well. We've got slave. And we've got justice. I am a little bit... The energy that I'm getting here, the way that this person remembers you is someone who potentially was easy to manipulate. They remember you as someone who they were able to manipulate very easily. So I'd be very careful about, for example, if this person came back or came in contact with you, I'd be a little bit careful about reconnecting with them. But I also feel like this person remembers you as somebody who was... The transformation energy that I'm getting here, I feel like maybe this person feels like you've transformed a lot since they knew you better. And they're not, if you're not in contact with this person, I feel like they're not sure whether they could manipulate you now. But their memory of you is that when they were in close contact with you, that you were very easy to manipulate. Your energy was easy to manipulate. I'm getting a really cocky energy from this person. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this person thought that you were amazed by them. And maybe that's true. Maybe that's true. But this person sees you almost as someone who you could have, if they said jump, you would say hi, how high, basically. That's the way that they remember you. And I'm not really a fan of this energy. I feel like you were actually I think you were just a very positive person when you did know this person, when you were in contact with this person quite a bit. And this person took it for granted. But I'm kind of getting, I do get a very cocky energy with this person. Like they just feel like, oh, I could say anything. I could, demand anything of this person and they would do it for me because this person thinks that you thought of them as amazing, that you were really into them. So maybe this is true. Maybe this is something that resonates. But as I said in other readings, in other piles, please make sure that you understand that this is from their point of view. I'm not saying this is the way things were. This is how they remember things. And human memory, very subjective, very fragile, very unreliable. So just keep that in mind. I'm almost getting with this justice card. I know it's nothing to do with manipulation really with justice card, but the way that I'm seeing is that like the puppeteer hand, and it's like this is like a puppet. So I'm kind of getting this person sees themselves as a bit of a puppet master, and I would be very careful with this kind of person. It's like this person thinks that they can just this person is under the impression that they could manipulate anybody and that they could put anybody under their spell. Because I'm thinking like moths to a flame. This person thinks that people go towards them like moths to a flame. Like people are amazed by them. People want them in their life. It's like this person could be a little bit of a narcissist. I'm not gonna I'll put it out there, but I'm not going to throw this, term around because, it is a serious accusation. So I don't want to call your person a narcissist if they're not. But there is a little bit of that cockiness, that arrogance of like, and I don't think they only remember you in this light. I think there could be even multiple people because I'm just thinking of all these different butterflies here. And I'm thinking of these butterflies as being this moth. And it's almost, maybe you were in a group setting with this person. Maybe you were like in a group friendship with this person. And this person's like tapping them or patting themselves on the back being like, I manipulated all those people. Those people were like obsessed with me. They're very arrogant. I am not loving their energy at all, if I'm honest. This is the first pile that I'm like, what the hell is this person? Okay, let's see. Let's get more tarot energy here. Now, Libra energy is represented here with the Justice card. So you could be a Libra. This person could be a Libra. Okay, let's see. How does this person remember? They remember you as someone very gentle with the spring and the moth energy. I'm getting a really gentle energy. I feel like this person remembers you. If, again, I don't really like using the term of like feminine energy. I would say more romantic energy, like I'm kind of thinking like cottagecore energy. Kind of more of a romantic. This person remembers you as a bit of a romantic, somebody who wore their heart on their sleeve, and it's almost like this person I think sees wearing emotions or your heart on your sleeve. This person sees it as a weakness, but in reality, I feel like it's your strength. And this person is very calculated with this Justice card. Very calculated. Wow. This could have been a fake friend, but I do feel like this was a group situation. This feels like a group situation. It could have been a friendship group, and this person like came in and they played games. This person is genuine. You have such a high opinion of themselves. But for no good reason. Self-confidence is great and everything, but when you're this person is is of a high opinion of themselves when it comes to manipulating people. Like, this person takes pride in being able to manipulate people. I really don't like the energy of this pile, I'm not gonna lie. This person is a little bit delusional. Like, I'm getting this delusion of grandeur about themselves. I think this person could have caused some drama. This could have been even a coworker that you're asking about, or a boss or something like that, but I feel like there was a group situation involved, and I don't think you're the only one that got manipulated by this person. I feel like this person has manipulated many people in their life, and maybe even when they were manipulating you, they could have been manipulating other people. Now, another thing that this could be talking about is if you were in a relationship with this person, this could be talking about a third party situation. This person could have been entertaining a third party person when you were together, and or maybe you were the other person and you weren't aware. Like, I feel like this person kind of saw you as naive and easy to manipulate because you wore your heart on your sleeve and your emotions and your mood on your face. And, you know, I'm someone like that. So, like, there's no shade to you. I think in a way it's a good way to be, but also it's important to protect yourself. But I feel like this person really took advantage of that. I really don't like the energy of this person. Like, I keep needing to, like, state it, and I'd be very careful about this person coming back. This person just thinks they can manipulate anybody. But I feel like the thing is, this person is a little bit delusional, and I think that they will fall back on their ass at some stage. Like, I don't necessarily think they have yet, but I think they will at some stage. So yeah, this could have been a third party situation, and this person's like patting themselves on the back for how well they handled it and how they were able to manipulate two innocent people into, like, you know, submission or whatever. Or it could be a friendship situation where maybe they were playing chess in a very manipulative way with all the friends. They could have even put gossip in. It's almost like they could have been gossiping about you to somebody else and then gossiping about the other person to you. And it was like back and forth, and they're gossiping about everyone, and they're creating this tense situation in a group setting. And bam, there was, you know, potentially there could have been a lot of tension that this person created, and they were like patting themselves on the back for doing it. They were giving themselves this this person toots their own horn a lot. That's another thing. And again, as I said, self-confidence, there's nothing wrong with it. Self-confidence is amazing. Tooting your own horn, like, I love I honestly love it when people toot their own horn, but like for pure intention things, for things that actually, you know, tooting your own horn for, you know, creating beautiful pieces of art is beautiful. You know, tooting your own horn because you know your skill set is amazing is a good thing to do. Tooting your own horn for getting a promotion, yes, but tooting your own horn for being manipulative and knowing how to manipulate people, that is not it. So this person was so Queen of Cups in reverse to me is like emotional manipulator. This person could have emotionally manipulated you, and they remember how they did it. They could have done it because they felt there could have been a little bit of this. I feel like this person, in a way, either this stems from their childhood or something that happened in their own family, because I'm thinking of the Ten of Pentacles as potentially this is something that stems from childhood, from their own family. This person felt unheard or unseen, or like they didn't feel like they were recognized by their family the way that they should. And so I feel the way that this hurt comes out is that they continue to hurt other people and they pat themselves on the back. Maybe they weren't recognized as very smart by their family. Maybe they weren't recognized as someone with a lot of intelligence by their family. And of course, that's not nice. That's not something that necessarily, you know, is a good thing. But I feel like the way that they're acting out against other people is not fair, you know. For some of you, this could be a family member that you have cut off, or a family member that you're no longer in a connection with as well, who manipulated you. But I really don't. They are very, 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 very emotionally manipulative. There is a lot of delusion with this person. Like, they have a delusion. I'm getting God complex, honestly, with this person. This person likes to be the puppet master in situations. And the way that this person remembers you is somebody that they successfully have manipulated. And they almost, like, I hate to use this word, and I don't want to use it because it's triggering, but they see you, I'm not going to use the word that I was going to use, but they see you as someone like, there's almost a row of people that they, there were people before you that they manipulated, and there's going to be people after you that they'll manipulate. And it almost becomes a blur, because again, it kind of makes me think of, again, I'm not going to repeat the whole spiel about narcissists or anything like, talking about a narcissist, but I feel like this person has people that they obsess over, maybe in the moment, and they're obsessed with like tricking them or manipulating them. Like, I'm not a fan of this person's energy. And again, I'm not necessarily saying that they're that extreme. It could be that it's a bit of on the, there are manipulative people that are not necessarily narcissists, but they still get joy out of manipulating people. And I feel like, you will know what spectrum your person kind of falls on. But I think they really know how to get people emotionally. They really know how to get people to do what they want through emotion. Maybe this person promised you something really beautiful on an emotional level, or told you really beautiful things, made you feel like you were emotionally super, super connected, and then they could have even ghosted you. That's another thing that's coming through. But I'm definitely seeing that this person hasn't changed. So if that's something that you're wondering, I really don't think this person has changed. This person's always looking for a new person to manipulate. That's what I'm getting. And another thing that I'm getting, that in reality, they could actually come from a really good family. That's another thing that's coming through. It's like maybe they felt misunderstood by their family, but potentially they don't really come from a bad family. They don't really come from a family that rejects them completely, but there could have been something that really hurt them, and this unresolved childhood trauma could have blossomed in this excuse me, into this resentment and this sorry, I need to take a glass of water. Sorry, I meant to say a sip of water, but anyway, this contempt. In a way, it's like they have contempt for people in general. It kind of doesn't matter who. It's not you, it's them. In a very cliche way, whatever they did to you and whatever way they acted towards you, it's not you, it's them. Because this person, no matter what, they almost have contempt for humanity, for humans. This person sees themselves as this like master. They see themselves as smarter than other people. They see themselves as someone who knows about life more. This person really could do with a lot of shadow work, but I don't think, like, they're not even near recognizing that they need to do shadow work, that they need to heal themselves. Yeah, so that's kind of like the overall energy, but mostly I feel like the cards are just warning you not to if this person came back, don't trust what this person has to say. Don't trust emotional manipulation. Like, if this person comes back looking to get at you, they know that the best way to get into your heart or to get you to help them is by emotionally manipulating you and making you feel like they really need you on an emotional level, maybe even crying to you or something like that, but they're doing it to get back in. The way that they remember you is somebody who, because I think you have really beautiful emotional like energy. I feel with the strength card and the spring energy here, I feel like you're somebody who is very compassionate, very empathetic, very caring. And this person just sees you as somebody who, if I make this person believe that I'm in a really distraught emotional state, they'll help me. I just want you to be careful with this person, because I can't help but think with the justice card and this kind of like imagery of the puppet, and this makes me think of the puppeteer. This person sees themselves as a puppeteer of the people that they're involved with, so just be careful. There's somebody who definitely likes to spread rumors and gossip or get involved in gossip. So just be careful. Again, I don't know why I keep wanting to say be careful with this person. That's all I'm getting. So that's the reading that I got for you. I hope it resonated, but at the same time, I hope you're okay, pile 4. This was quite a bit of an intense reading. I think you're fine. I honestly feel like maybe you're in a better place. I feel like you're probably away from this person. This is something that maybe you already knew as well. Like, you didn't need me to tell you this. You were just curious. In that case, that's fine. But if you like this reading and it resonated, do let me know. I know it was a bit more of a specific reading, so if it didn't resonate, maybe pick another pile, or maybe this reading just wasn't for you. And I'm going to move on. So we're going to move on to pile number 5. So pile number 5, let's see. How does your person remember you? So we're going to get into it. We've got the journey. We've got frog spirit, 28 and 28. That's the first thing that I'm noticing. That's really cool. Maybe 28 is an important number. We've also got child divine, and we've got the Hierophant. So we have these cards, and I'm also going to be shuffling tarot live. But let's get into it. Let's get into these cards first. We've got the Hierophant as one tarot card here as well. So first of all, with the journey, it says the journey towards your higher self may not be the easiest one, but in your losses and devastations, you will find yourself in the rubble. And we've got the rubble and clear out the clutter. And then the child divine card says innocence, purity, redemption suggests a special connection with the divine. I'm really getting, overall, I do get a very strong energy that this person remembers you as somebody who either has really intense psychic abilities, has intense psychic connection. You are really connected to like your ancestors, your spirit guides. Maybe you are a spiritual worker. That is something that's coming through here. This person remembers you as almost like a mentor-like energy. This person feels like you taught them a lot. This person remembers you as someone very wise, very clever. For some of you, this is a random message, but I'm getting that maybe that you have really good nutrition. This person remembers you as somebody who looks after their kind of like mind and body and soul. So you could be really like maybe you really look after your nutrition. Maybe you have a really good like exercise routine where you do it for health reasons and you're not overly obsessive with it, but you're also very mindful. You're just mindful of all the elements of yourself. This person remembers you as more of a calm person. I will say that as well. I think they remember you as more, not necessarily low energy, but somebody who has a calming aura. Because I'm just seeing the way she's in this like light bubble almost. I feel like this person, and see the way we've got this light bubble around the eye, and even this child is kind of like encompassed by this aura. This person, if this person was able to see your aura, I feel like this person just remembers you having this bright aura. If this person wasn't able to see your aura, they definitely felt like an intense purifying energy. Purifying energy. They definitely remember you as somebody wise, calm, collected. They remember you as an old soul, I would say. That is something that's coming through. The way that they remember you is as an old soul. Somebody who gives off it like this energy of somebody who's lived many lives. I'm also like, I don't necessarily like to use this phrase. I don't resonate with this phrase, but for some reason the phrase of a child of God came through. So like, I feel like this person just remembers you as somebody who really connected to either spirituality or at least connected to their inner wisdom really, really well. Like there's no drama, there's no, even if you had a falling out with this person, I think this person remembers you as someone with no drama. They definitely don't remember you in any manipulative way. I think this person remembers you in a very kind of like, you never tried to manipulate anybody, you never tried to create drama. They don't remember you as someone who's like a gossip or anything like that. They just remember you as a very pure. Pure is probably the best way that I can describe it. Peaceful and pure energy. You might want to check angel number 28, number 28, or 2828, because I can't stop staring at the number 28. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. So we've got the 10 of Swords. This person remembers you as someone who's been through a lot, and yet regardless of, you know, the fact that you've been through a lot didn't make you it only made you a better person every time. I'm also getting that this person really feels or remembers you as somebody who never felt the need to blame the world for your problems. Queen of Cups in reverse. This person remembers you as someone quite sensitive. I would say that's something that is coming through. I feel like they remember you as somebody who could have been betrayed quite a lot in their past, and I wonder if this person even did betray you themselves. If they did betray you, I feel like it's something that they definitely regret, and they really feel like you didn't deserve it. But if they didn't betray you themselves, they definitely feel like you didn't deserve whatever betrayals that you experienced in the past, in your childhood. For some of you, this person remembers you as having some issues with your mother figure. That's something that's coming through as well. Maybe as a child, you've had some trouble with your mother figure. For some of you, maybe you didn't even know your mother. That could be coming through as well. This person really remembers you as a mindful person. You never did anything without a reason in their eyes. Again, as I said in other piles, it's not necessarily the way that you are, but this is the way the person remembers you. This person could remember you as someone who's closely connected to children, maybe even a teacher. So if you are a teacher, that's definitely coming through here. Another thing that I'm getting is that this person feels like maybe the communication between the two of you is impossible right now, or very difficult. Like if they tried to connect, like I feel like maybe this person really wants to connect with you and really wants to reach out to you, but it's almost like if they did reach out to you, they wouldn't know what to say. For a lot of you, I feel like this person would love to have a new start with you. Out of all piles, I would say the longing and missing is the strongest in pile 5. This person really misses you. There's a longing and this missing energy. This person feels like you're a bit of a missing puzzle piece or a piece in their life. This person does think about you a lot, I would say. If you were attracted to pile number 3, again, I'm not necessarily saying that you have to go watch pile number 3 if you weren't attracted to it, but if you were, maybe go watch pile number 3, because in that pile, the person was thinking about them a lot as well. This person thinks about you a lot. And they think about whether a new start will ever be possible with you. If you are still in contact with this person and you're just wondering how they remember you, they're just positive feelings. And I think this person really wishes you had more contact, like both of you could talk to each other more. There's something here about anxiety and overthinking that this person is maybe trying to heal their own anxiety. Maybe they're aware of your anxiety issues as well. I'm also seeing that this person, if they did see you as naive in the past, there's some similarities between this pile and pile 1 as well, which is interesting. Again, if you were attracted to pile 1, maybe go watch it. If not, forget about it. But maybe in the past this person saw you as a little bit childlike or naive, and now they're seeing that you are actually really, really wise. Let me pull more cards. I'm really, because you are a bit more of a mysterious group for sure. We've got the Death card. This could definitely be an ex or an ex-friend. This person feels like Patience is actually another thing that's really coming through here. I think this person remembers you as someone who was very patient. Maybe you were someone who was very patient with this person. If you were like in a relationship or in a friendship connection with this person remembers that you always had a lot of patience for them. You always had a lot of patience, a lot of time for them. You always made time to be there for them. It's like you have so much compassion, but at the same time, like compassion, wisdom, but also you have you protect yourself at the same time as well. Like you're not necessarily someone who is a doormat energy. I'm not getting a doormat energy. I think this person is also aware that they couldn't just come back and treat you like a doormat, because you would, show them the door basically. A lot of Cancer. We've got Cancer and Scorpio energy represented here, but for some reason I'm leaning towards Cancer. So they remember you as very nurturing. They remember you as somebody who's very stable energy with this pile. Definitely compared to all of the piles, this person remembers you as very stable, very grounded in your own emotions. Somebody who knows what they want from life, but at the same time, you're not somebody who is ambitious in this kind of like cutthroat way. You're ambitious in a more nurturing kind of way. And I feel like they remember you as someone who's been betrayed a lot in their life, and potentially even by them themselves. It's like you are powerful and you're strong and you're extremely spiritually connected. But there's also something quite earthy about you, and I feel like the more earthy water sign, when I think about them, I always think of Cancer. Because Cancer always makes me think of almost like a water sign that has an earth element to them. Again, don't ask me why, I can't explain it, but I almost see Cancer as not quite so watery. So they remember you as someone who would maybe make a perfect homemaker, somebody who would be there's a cozy feeling when they think about you. They see you, if for any of you that you had a relationship with this person, like if this is an ex, I definitely think this person thinks about like wanting to come back into your life and try again. And they see you as like a serious partner, a serious commitment potential. Maybe this person thought that they wanted a different partner to who you were, but they're all of a sudden realizing that you're actually like the perfect partner, the perfect half. Again, nobody's a half of anything. You're a whole person. I feel like maybe that's just the way they're seeing it. They feel like they've really changed since they've known you as well. I feel like this person feels transformed by whatever happened between you two. But again, I feel like my tone is even a lot more calm with this pile. I feel like this person really remembers you as very calm, very collected. Even if you had a falling out with this person, maybe this person remembers you as somebody who didn't, have a big blowout, didn't have a big fight with them, but you just calmly went, this is not good enough. I feel something here is like this person really wants to start new with you. Whether this is a friendship or a romantic situation, I think this person genuinely would want to start new with you. This person would genuinely want to connect back with you. If you gave this, I'm kind of getting, if you gave this person time of day, they would be delighted with themselves. That's what I'm getting here. And I feel like for a lot of you in this pile, this person even feels determined to win you over. So I wouldn't be surprised if you received communication with this person, but I think this person's waiting for the perfect time or for a better time to contact you. Not necessarily that they're going to contact you soon if they are, but I think Because I think of the frogs, and I feel like the frogs, they stay very still until they catch the perfect moment to get that fly. So I kind of feel like this person is perched up somewhere, sitting, on a lily pad and waiting to catch the fly, the opportunity to speak to you. When this person thinks of you, they think of peace, and they think of calm, and they think of purity. Like for some of you, I feel like this person remembers you as someone who could have made a perfect marriage partner even. If this is a friendship situation, I feel like this person sees you or remembers you as someone who they could have had a long-lasting friendship with, and they screwed up. Like, I feel like this person recognizes that they really screwed up here. If there was a backstabbing situation. And I do think that this person thinks about you all the time. You're really on their mind. I feel like this person also dreams about you. That's another thing that's coming through. This person dreams about you a lot. It's almost like you're always in their dreams. Maybe you dream about them as well. I do sense that this person has regrets about your connection, and the way that they remember you is as someone who didn't get the appreciation that you deserved from them at the time. But I have to say, the calmness that I'm feeling during this reading is kind of insane. Like, it's very different to the other pile, like almost all the other piles. Even though there's some similarities with pile number 1 and pile number 2, this is a very different vibe in terms of like how calm I feel doing this reading. I think it's almost like you're this person's peace in a way, or like that's the way that they view you. You're this person's calm moment, still moment. And it's something that they haven't been able to replicate with anybody else, whether it's platonic or romantic. But this person's willing to be patient with time, be patient with the universe, patient with you. And again, it's not like they have to be patient with you. It's more so like they're willing to play the long game with you. So, for example, if you broke up with this person and you left this person behind, this person's happy to wait until you're ready to come back, or you're ready to accept them back. I feel like this person could play the long game. But they do, this person does remember you as somebody who, while pure and peaceful, you're not somebody who, like, just because you're pure doesn't mean you're naive. And I don't think this person really realizes you're not a naive person. In fact, with this kind of old soul energy that I'm getting from you, you're somebody who has been around the block, kind of. That's what I'm getting. And I think this person just sees you almost in this mentorship energy. Like, you're a mentor. Maybe you're a mentor to a lot of people. A lot of people see, like, this person remembers you as somebody who a lot of people see in high regard, and a lot of people want your respect. That's the way that this person remembers you. And it's almost like they're at that point now as well. They want your respect. They want to earn your respect. They want to earn your admiration rather than, hoping that you'd be earning anything from them. I don't think it would be the other way around. I don't think you'd be earning anything from them. It's more so they need to earn your respect. But they're willing to put in the work. I think the main thing with the 7 of Pentacles here is that this person would be willing to put in the work with you and to offer you a new start. Again, this is obviously depending on your situation. This is depending on your circumstances with this person. So I'm never going to say like, oh, this person cheated on you, but they want to come back. Give them another chance. Like, if that's not something you want to do, absolutely. Definitely follow your own intuition, and I feel like your intuition is very strong. You're a very intuitive person. So another thing that I'm getting here, maybe if this was an ex-partner, I think you could be even in a serious relationship with somebody else now, and this person's almost seeing it like, oh, they're in a relationship with somebody else, but I can stay and wait here and wait until he or she or they are single again, and then I'll swoop in and I'll be here again. It's kind of like, the first chance that they get to reunite with you, they're going to take it. Again, as I said, the frog spirit makes me think of like waiting to snap that fly. So that's the way that your person remembers you, pile number 5. Really interesting reading. I'm also really thankful to you for putting me into a calmer state of being than the other piles, so I'm able to finish this reading on a really calm note. It's always nice to finish a reading this way. I really enjoyed doing your reading. If you liked it, do like, subscribe, and comment with your feedback, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.